Hello and welcome back to the Eyes of Ode channel. Just started my first Genesis Alpha 1 stream. Doing something a little bit different today. Normally I do, like I've been doing the Conan videos, and those are a little bit more like a curated, essentially telling a story of my character on those videos. But this one I'm doing something a little bit different, just more like a let's play. Kind of showing off this game. I thought people might be interested in it. Looks like it's not super popular right now. I guess it is an indie game. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's great if you like the building type games. It's not quite the same as building a base. You kind of do have a base because you're building a ship, which is essentially your base, and then you travel around the galaxy and collecting resources and just adding onto your ship and doing that kind of thing. So I'm just going to go into this. I maybe should have started a new game just to show you how the initial ship creation works, but I didn't do that. I already have a game started, so I'm just going to go into the one that I already have on the go. And just show you what I have, kind of give you an idea. So you go into your menu here, and this gives you kind of a rundown of everything in terms of storage and resources and that kind of thing. Okay, so I do have an alien attack, so I'm going to deal with that while I talk. So in that menu, there's a storage, which shows you how many resources you have versus the amount of resource space available, which is a good thing to keep an eye on as you obtain more resources. Essentially, you just need to keep getting more storage space for that. But then, of course, you also have energy to look at. There's a lot of things to keep in mind with this game. And then we'll go into that. Right now, I'm just checking the underbelly of the ship to make sure that I don't have any infestations. So far, so good. We were getting attacked, it looked like, but it seems to have cleared out. That's probably gonna come back and bite me. I don't know if I'm just terrible at this game or if maybe getting an infestation and having your ship overrun is just inevitable. But it seems to happen every time to me, so yeah, you'll probably end up seeing it here. I'm gonna get overrun eventually, but so far so good. It looks like we don't really have anything living under here. So I'm just gonna pop out
New materials have been refined
and show you what I mean with the menu here. So when you go to the menu, you can see storage is at 28 of 40. So that means I have 40 total storage slots, and I'm taking up 28 of them with resources, and those resources are refined resources. So when you first go to a planet and you collect raw resources, it goes into your deposit. So my deposit space is only 0 of 8, and then as I refine it, then it would go into the refined resources. Yeah, and that's how that works. So I'm just going to take a look. I'm in my tractor beam room right now. So the tractor beam is very good because you can collect resources from space debris, which are already refined resources. You don't have to go through that process. But we're going to touch down on this planet here. So this planet is called, I don't know, Vensis. And it has a fern, which creates oxygen, and then some sulfur, which you can refine into gunpowder, and a couple of sites. And so you use the plants, like the oxygen-producing plants, depending on what kind of crew you have, is really what kind of plants you want to have. So I have just oxygen-breathing crew at the moment. So I just have a bunch of ferns. Ferns aren't that good. They only produce 2 oxygen. That's 2 units. I don't really know what that translates to. It's just sort of a generic unit, I guess. So 2 units of oxygen to support crew. But some other plants, like if you have a palm, they can support 3 units of oxygen. So they support more crew. So we're just going to go touch down on this planet.
Harvester destination set.
Grab some ammo.
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Launch sequence activated.
So gunpowder is also really, really useful, I find. You use it to make turrets, which are extremely useful in defending your ship, especially in that tractor beam room, because aliens can beam aboard when you beam in resources. So right now, we are going to look for... So this is the fern. I don't really understand this concept. Like, you harvest a rock that is green, and it gives you a plant. And I don't really know why. I guess it's just probably convenience from the game's perspective. But yeah, it like logically it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But you know, it is what it is. Like it's an indie game. I don't know. It's still a lot of fun if you just get past some things like that. Maybe there is an explanation and I just don't realize it. But so right now I'm just harvesting some resources and defending against alien attack. While I do that, it's a bunch of spider type creatures and this crab dude. I don't really know what he is. And then sometimes when you kill aliens, they drop this glowing green stuff. It's called biomass. And so what you use that for is just when you want to make more crew members, you need the biomass in order to essentially be the raw resources in order to create those clones. Yeah, and that all your crew is just clones. So you're essentially building your crew, which is it's a neat idea. It's a neat concept. I don't think I've ever seen that in a game before. Oh, finish these guys off. And we're also going to go and, well, first I'll just grab this very quickly. Sometimes when you go on a planet, you'll be attacked by hostile aliens like shooting at you. In that case, I'd like to use the resources as kind of cover, and I'll just sort of loop around and dodge their fire using the resources cover. So we're gonna go and check out a site here. So this is kind of like different upgrades.
20%.
So sometimes it's like a technology upgrade, or it can unlock where technology can be found. I've gotten weapons from it. Sometimes the sites are actually pretty cool. I found this one, and it was like a ship that crash landed, and I got a attachment for my ship, which was yeah. So I just unlocked a new technology there. So anyway, so I attached like an upgrade for my ship. So it was like an alien indication upgrade.
20%. 20%.
So we're just gonna collect these here. And
60%.
you don't have to do anything, you just stand near it. And it goes through this ship archives thing. I don't really know what that's all about. I don't think it really... Oh, and I just got a shield. So shields are extremely important. And I did not get one in my last playthrough. I went to all kinds of sites and did not unlock shields. So I'm quite happy that I got that.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So now we're just going to head back to the main ship. So yeah, so now that I've come back, sometimes aliens will follow you, which you need to watch out for, because if they get onto your ship and you don't deal with them, they can be a big problem. They lay eggs and infest your ship. So I usually try to keep a turret or a couple of turrets just in here. I don't have any extras, otherwise I'd put one just like right in here, just to help so that if I miss one, then they can take them out. And what these guys are doing is they're loading up all those raw resources. They're just like automated robots. So they're just taking the raw resources and loading them to the refinery. So it looks like I do have some aliens on board. I thought so. I just couldn't find them before. I'm gonna try hunting these guys down before they cause too much problem. Hopefully they haven't laid any eggs or anything. I'm not really sure how that system works. It seems like the eggs come whether the aliens are there or not. Right now I can hear an energy node is out, which is not good. If the energy nodes go out, then it can cause you all kinds of problems. You can lose life support to an area. Searching to see if there's any more aliens here. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, so it seems like sometimes the aliens, like the eggs will just lay whether there's aliens on your ship or not, which doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but yeah, so he's just taking stuff, putting it into the deposit. That was that sulfur that I collected from the planet there. And now they're taking it to the refinery. So he's going to load that in. Goes into the refinery. And then this guy, who is one of the crew members that I cloned, is he's going to refine that into gunpowder. And it looks like there's more aliens on my ship. So it's possible I could already have an infestation. Knowing my luck, I probably do, and I'm just not seeing it. I've swept most of the ship.
New materials have been refined.
But yeah, it's probably all my hallways that are really my Achilles heel right now. I just keep building all these hallways. I don't know, I love it, but I'm the type of person, like, whenever I'm given a building game, I try to make as big and extravagant a base as I possibly can, which in this particular game is very counterintuitive. For example, like, I have a second greenhouse, which is more, I'm just planning ahead, but it's not really a good idea to build the modules before you need them. It's better to conserve, you know, keep your energy and just build them as you need them rather than planning it out. But I'm a planner. I like to plan things. I like to plan how my base is going to be. So I put this greenhouse here. Also, I read that supposedly when you have a plant, they can jump to open planters. So I'm leaving this one empty. In case one of these decides to jump here. I just want to test that theory out. It's never actually happened in my game. So I don't know if you have to do something in order to make it happen. But it hasn't happened yet. So as you see there, it says O2, which is oxygen, and then there's 2 squares. So when that plant grows, it's going to have 2 units of oxygen that it produces, which will then be used to support crew members. If I had a palm tree, it would create 3, and then you could have more crew members from that. So I'm going to see if I'm able to create any more no more crew cabins. So as you gain crew members, you also need to worry about cabins. So yeah, there's a lot to keep in mind with this game. Like you need cabins for the crew members. You need to make sure they have oxygen. You need to have energy in order to keep them running. Just a lot of different aspects to keep in mind, really. And so this indicator is showing that there is an alien somewhere, but he is not appearing in my motion sensor. I don't know if you noticed, but the little motion sensor is also like the motion sensor from Alien, which I thought was kind of a neat concept. So we just killed one. And he destroyed an energy node, so I'm going to repair this. Very easy. You just click on it. You don't need any resources. You just click on the thing and it repairs. The only time it can really be a problem is if it loses, like say there was a connection lost and this was not connected to anything that supplies energy, then you can't repair the energy node. And then you can lose life support, like there's no air, and any crew or yourself will die if you're in there. So it can be quite frustrating. So we're gonna see, can I build a... I need more framework to build a crew quarters. We'll just check on the bridge. So on here, and if you haven't noticed too, like it's so cool how the all the computer stuff is really retro looking, like any of those sort of 1950s, 1960s sci-fi, how they kind of envision that this time period would be, like in the future, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And there is no iron. So I'm just searching to see, oh, there's another fern. Just searching to see where I can get some iron. It looks like I've pretty well mined all of this. You go through a lot of iron, a lot of framework. It's an ongoing... oh, here's some framework. And another fern, and some iron, and a site. And that is over there. So we're gonna hyper jump. And we'll have to jump a second time.
Warning. Prepare for hyperdrive.
And as that is going, I'm going to come here. Get these guys working on beaming the framework aboard. Always with that ominous sound when you start beaming. I guess because of the danger of aliens coming aboard. Head to the workshop. If I can build some turrets, that would be helpful.
Processing.
And I can. So we can get a couple of those. So yeah, it's basically your typical kind of resource gather, build base, defense, all that kind of stuff. A lot of really neat concepts to the game. It's maybe a little bit basic and a little repetitive, but I tend to like those kind of games, even if they are repetitive. Yeah, you're just working towards a goal. So what I'm doing here is I can just speed up the process a bit. If you have a crew member in here, he's going to do this automatically, but as you can see with one crew member, it's quite slow. So when I get on the computer, it speeds it right up. And what I wanted was I was hoping to show you when an alien stows away with cargo. If you're in this room, it's not usually a problem, because you're just gonna kill it right away. Nothing yet. And there's different levels of danger. So here is a very low danger, so I guess the chances of an alien coming aboard are actually quite low. Then you have high danger, and there's another one. The highest danger. I can't remember how they term it, but yeah, so nothing actually came aboard. Let's see, how much space do we have? Yeah, so I'm almost out of space right now, but I do need to make a crew quarters. So I'll just show you how the construction kind of works here. So I'm thinking of putting it here. I can probably put something, maybe I'll put a turbo lift or something in here. So I'm just gonna build it there. So now I've built this crew quarters and I've attached it to a hallway, so it's all powered. So now what I can do is head back over to my cloning facility. And because I have O2 and cabin space, I can clone him. And then there's different clones you can make as well. So for instance, this guy here, he takes O2 as well, so just like the humans. Difference is that he is, so it says the creature's DNA improves intelligence, speed, but weakens health. Adding this DNA is good for engineers. So basically anything that you assign a crew member to, if you put this guy in there, they'll just do it better. The only downside is if you do get an infestation or attacked or something, they're not going to be as strong. So that's sort of something to watch out for with that. So I just cloned this guy. What is his name? Powers. So welcome aboard, Powers. And we'll just speed this up here. So now we can also clone
Cloning initiated.
these spider guys. And so that's going to be cloning. So I'm just going to speed up this process. And what this spider guy is, he's
New clone has been welcomed.
basically you collect some DNA from those enemies that I was shooting at, and you splice it in with the human DNA. So this guy is Spider Human. Nielsen. A very human name. So what we're gonna do is put one of these guys in this greenhouse here.
Job assigned.
Put Powers in here. And we're just gonna do his job. You need them to look after the plants, so it's it'll be good to have in here. So now I have another fern, so I should potentially be able to create more clones. And I just want to check, and no, this still hasn't, nothing's happened here. So I don't know what you need to do to make plants actually jump to the empty spots, but I'm just going to leave it and see if it ever decides to happen. If it does, I'll let you know. So I think I'm going to end this here. Thank you for watching. I'll upload this to the YouTube channel as well as a Let's Play, and we'll see if anybody finds this interesting. If you do, that would be great if you could let me know. If you are so inclined to subscribe to the channel or follow on Twitch or whatever service you're watching this on, that would be great as well. I don't really have many people following or subscribed, so I'm not sure if anyone finds this of interest. But it would be great to know if you guys are interested. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.